What's cracking, Spider Lovers, and welcome to another episode of That 90s Spider-Man Show, where we talk about Spider-Man the animated series, episode by episode. Before we begin, I want to give out a little shout out to our patron Andy. Hi, how's it going? My name's Henry, and I'm one of your hosts for this here podcast, and alongside me, as always, is my trusty co-host Jack.
Yeah, I'm here and severely slacking, yeah. Severely lacking in sleep.
He's slacking in leap, guys.
Yeah, lacking so much sleep that I no longer know how to say words. It might be the lack of sleep, or it might be the current pandemic, but there was something about the theme tune that just hit a bit different this time, because I don't know, when we watched this episode, just Spider-Man animated series music started playing, and I was like, you know what? This is the best TV show intro theme tune ever, and I was so on board with it. And I'm starting to doubt whether that's true.
It's pretty great.
Yeah,
but
I just think I didn't have enough oxygen in my brain.
Yeah, probably that.
Yeah.
I guess in all of this, what's kind of obvious is that your brain has been kind of ravaged by time.
It has. By the time this episode goes up, I would have aged another year, so...
Yeah. Time's coming for us all.
Yeah.
And funnily enough, that's what we're talking about in this edition of That 90s Spider-Man Show. We're talking about Season 2, Episode 12, appropriately titled The Ravages of Time.
Which is the Neogenic Nightmare Part 12?
Part 12.
Yeah.
So this is a second parter. So the first part of this episode saw Spider-Man having a bit of a breathless ending, let's say.
Yeah.
He was gasping for air. Tombstone, our lovely kind of vaguely ethnic, stony villain, he had him pinned while poisonous gas filled the air, and it was kind of looking like curtains for our webhead because Tombstone doesn't breathe. There's probably a joke in there about Black Lives Matter and about I can't breathe, but Tombstone can't breathe. But there's a joke in there that I don't really have the time, the patience, or the lack of empathy to finish.
Yeah, just imagine a universe where someone makes that joke and then be glad we don't live in that universe.
Yeah. This is not the darkest timeline anymore.
Yeah, I guess so. We're just 1 degree.
Yeah, it's a very, very dark grey timeline.
Yeah.
So it looks like the ending for our webhead until Connor starts crawling away and Tombstone realizes, oh yeah, that's why I'm here. Yeah. And he follows him out. And he kind of throws a bookcase on Spider-Man and then just fucks off. And then as he carries Dr. Connors away, we cut to him on a phone call with Elisa, saying he's got the package and also good luck on your date. That's right, Peter Parker is fucking up on 2 levels at once. So
he's never been to a date, I don't think.
He's always somehow missed a date. He doesn't do that badly, but he just doesn't show up.
Yeah. People get pretty anxious about dates, but it's not really been a thing of oh man, I hope I can actually show up this time. Showing up is the minimum requirement.
Yeah, going on the date. But he doesn't even try for that. He's oh shit, I guess Spider-Man's happening. Should I call? Nah.
Yeah.
The complete lack of grace about it, because they're payphones all around New York. I'm not gonna get into it.
Yeah.
But so Spider-Man's trapped under a bookcase and trapped by his responsibilities to Alicia, which he is failing.
Elisa? They keep saying Elisa, right?
Yeah. Did I say Alicia?
You said Alicia.
It's
not Alicia.
It's Elisa.
It's Elisa.
What a dumbass name.
It's not even Alicia.
It's Lisa.
Yeah.
That's not a name that someone has. I'm mad at it. So Spider-Man trapped underneath the bookcase, and he kind of realizes, oh shit, I know this place pretty well. Why don't I just web up the switch which turns on the fan, which I don't buy.
Yeah,
I don't buy that
extract a fan button.
Yeah.
I guess.
I don't know if we have an extractor fan here. Well, I don't know how to turn it on.
Well, anyone who has a bathroom in London knows that the extractor fans here just garbage.
Yeah.
So I think it's well beyond our imaginations.
Yeah, but we live here. I don't know if we go to a lab somewhere and be if without looking, I can hit a switch. You know?
I don't know, we're not geniuses though.
That's fair. Alisa's kidnapped by Tombstone, and Spider-Man tries to intervene, but then he kind of starts fucking with Hammerhead and gets thrown in a hole with cement poured over him.
Oh yeah, there's lots of just so many characters in this episode, and they just keep turning up at random points.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Spy-Man, as he puts it, almost becomes Tombstone Jr. when he's covered in cement.
Pretty wonderful. And to escape, he kind of takes the handbrake off of a truck, then webs himself to that same truck, and then just pulls himself up of a moving car.
He seems like not that bothered about being buried in cement.
He seems pretty cool with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though it's kind of horrifying.
It's something like Gremlins 2 a little bit, but like, he's just like walking around in wet cement, like, this is probably fine.
Yeah.
It's not like pulling him down or anything like that. And that kind of leaves us in Casa del Kingpin, where Wilson Fisk receives a letter with a lock of his wife's hair on it.
Mm-hmm.
And this time it's a bad thing. She's been kidnapped.
Yeah.
As the Smythe kind of hilariously here kind of says, like, I can use the Mega Slayer to get her back. Like, he's been, like, waiting for this time to use the Mega Slayer.
And this episode is the episode of the Mega Slayer eating shit.
It's fucking gets his ass kicked so many times.
Especially after the last episode where it was kind of...
unstoppable.
Yeah, kind of unstoppable. And this one is stoppable by everything.
Yeah. It's like, why didn't we try all of these weapons?
Yeah. I wish I didn't call this the ultimate battle robot.
It's like good for fighting Spider-Man and nothing else.
It's not a fucking Ed 209.
Yeah. Oh no, stairs. So, Smythe is obviously out of use of his Mega Slayer. I'm sure if, like, Kingpin wanted an omelette, he'd be like, can I use a Mega Slayer? Can I use a Mega Slayer? But he doesn't. And Kingpin kind of says, no, Hammerhead's got this. And right on cue, like, Hammerhead shows up with Elisa, and Fisk has his bargaining chip. We're back with Tombstone, who's kind of just carrying, like, Dr. Connors around. He puts him down, and they walk to this giant replica pyramid.
It's very extra.
Completely unnecessary.
Yeah, you'd think there must be some sci-fi way of doing it. I feel like they wanted to really do, like, the pyramid setting thing, but they're also like, yeah, but
This doesn't make sense.
Let's not come up with some... Back in the day, the comics would have, like, made some convoluted reason why Peter Parker could get to...
Ancient Egypt or whatever.
Yeah, or whatever, but this time, let's just build a pyramid inside this warehouse.
Yeah, that's totally fine. We can do this in a day.
I think Silvermane just, like, loves this culture so much that he's just, like... I don't know, he's like a weeaboo, but for...
Ancient Egyptian pyramids. He's a Egyptian waifu.
Yeah, exactly. He's just all about that, as we will later see with the way he dresses.
Oh yeah, good god. So yeah, Silvermane walks out of this pyramid and kind of like introduces himself as, I am an old man.
It's so great. Also, we were talking about this last time. His character is old.
He's just super fucking old.
And he just comes in and he's just like, I am old man.
I am an old man. That's all you need to know.
Precisely, Doctor. Who are you? I'm an old man.
And he kind of says, Dr. Connors, like, help me with my oldness by harnessing the powers of this tablet of time. And Dr. Connors is like, we don't know how this thing works. And then Silvermane's like, shut up. And Tombstone takes Dr. Connors and throws him into the lab, locks him in there and says, you're not coming out until this gets working, pal.
Yeah, it's also how most people, like, manage people in most jobs I've had.
Yeah, very Bezos moves, isn't it?
Yeah, figure it out.
Yeah, figure it out. You don't get to eat or pee until this is done.
That is a good point. We don't know how long he's going without peeing.
Yeah. Silvermane also gets, like, informed that his daughter has been kidnapped, and fair to say he takes it pretty badly. Now, that brings us back to Peter. He's back at home, and he's just, like, ruined Aunt May's frying pan by, like, sticking on one of his spider tracers because he's testing out a new adhesive for his trackers.
Right, okay, yeah. Does he, at this point, he knows that Elisa's been kidnapped?
He sees it because...
Right, he's
that's why he's thrown into the cement hole.
Oh, yeah, because that happens outside while Hammerhead's...
Yeah, fighting.
But this is such a crazy episode.
It's goddamn insane.
Yeah,
So
he doesn't say it, but you can tell he's relieved.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I missed a day. Oh, thank God she was kidnapped.
Yeah. I wish all my decks could get kidnapped, so I wouldn't have to, like, apologize for being late.
It's happened to quite a few of them.
You could probably just act offended after
Mary Jane got kidnapped by Hydra Man.
Yeah.
Fucking Felicia got kidnapped by Dr. Octopus. And now Elisa by Hammerhead.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, like, considering all, like, the eligible bachelorettes in, like, this show so far, that's, like, what, 4 out of 5?
Yeah.
That have been kidnapped? It was looking like a sample size. That's, what, 80% of, like, eligible women in New York get kidnapped at some point by a supervillain?
Yeah. Felicia, technically, she wasn't his date at the time. She also got kidnapped by Morbius.
Yeah.
And Deborah didn't get kidnapped, but she
almost got kidnapped by the man spider.
She's seen a lizard monster, she's seen a man spider and a vampire.
Yeah.
So these women not having a good time.
New York, the city of PTSD.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I imagine, like, Peter afterwards was, like, really offended at Lisa for, like, not showing up. He's like, where the fuck were you? And she was like, I was kidnapped. He's like, likely story. I reckon he's a real dick about it. So he's ruining Aunt May's frying pan. And because his logic is that because the Mega Slayer is non-stick, it's the same as being made of Teflon. Like, Smythe has just made this out of, like, repurposed non-stick frying pans.
I think that is possible.
How crappy this thing is made.
Kingpin has a lot of, saucepan tech in there to make all those meatballs.
Yeah. He means the best meatball technology. So,
yeah,
like,
he makes so many meatballs that he has to, like, throw away a saucepan every day.
yeah, like, people die making these meatballs. It goes through, like, 8 chefs a week. And, like, 12 frying pans. But,
Tune in for last week's... for our last episode to know what the fuck we're talking about.
Or don't. This is funny this way. But yeah, also, you know what happened off screen is that, like, Aunt May definitely tried to eat that thing. She has, like, fucking silicon poisoning now because she tried to eat that thing because she has no sense of self-preservation. She tried to eat it with an omelette.
Well, Army's barely in this episode and you're still shitting all over.
Yeah.
Oh, you think you're too good for this episode,
So,
huh?
yeah, you think you're smart for this episode. Guess what, you're not. Old lady grabs aside. Spider-Man runs into Mega Slayer, quite conveniently, who's looking for Dr. Connors. Spider-Man says, oh, I don't have him, but Smythe is like, bullshit, you don't have him. Meanwhile, this is happening. Kingpin and Silvermane are like, okay, you've got my hostage, I've got your hostage, let's do a swap-a-roo here.
Yeah, this bit was so confusing to me.
I'm so confused. Kingpin is kind of like, oh shit, like, we have a deal. And then he's like, Smythe, don't kill him yet, and he just flies off. And Spider-Man kind of just, like, waits, like, 10 seconds to go, I wonder what's happening. Oh, shit! Then he throws the tracer, like, almost too late.
Yeah.
It's an amazing throw, to be fair.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I think at some point in the comics they introduced a thing that he can, like, fire it from his web shooter.
Yeah.
It makes way more sense than him just, like, having this perfect aim. Especially, like, when he's, like, on the 30th story of a building and just throwing it into the open air and hoping for the best.
Putting it in a flying robot travelling, what, like 60 miles an hour?
Yeah, yeah.
Fucking insane. But he nails it somehow. And he follows the bot to a secret lab, where he finds Alicia and Dr. Connor's traumatized wife. They're both in these little, like...
Yeah,
containers.
she's got the second time she's kidnapped, right?
This is the first time still.
Because,
No,
she got kidnapped by the lizard in the very first episode of the show.
Oh, shit, she did. Oh, she's gonna get kidnapped again, by the way, in this.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm getting confused. This is 2 out of 3 times so far she's...
Okay, right, yeah.
Okay, so...
if at home you're confused by what we're talking about, don't worry, so are we.
We're way more confused than you could ever be. The Smythe robot kind of picks up Elisa and the tablet of time, and that's where the swap is happening outside this building, where the Doc and Vanessa are waiting. So Smythe and the Kingpin are kind of like waiting for this trade to happen, but then like Kingpin is immediately like, let's double cross everybody, and then tries to take everything for himself.
Of course he does.
And like Tombstone's kind of been like expecting this, because what happens next? He goes like, we've been had, and there's a car next to him, right? And as soon as he says, oh my god, we've been had, this like thug bursts out of the windshield with a bazooka.
It's
amazing.
He's been waiting for his moment.
Yeah. Anytime now, Gary, they're gonna show you.
How many trips has he been on in that car where he didn't get to do anything?
Yeah. I spent $4,000 on this bazooka, I'm gonna use it. It's the last thing I do. And here's where we find like the limitations of the Mega Slayer, because this thing just blows the fuck up and it's great.
Yeah, it's
like
down.
It's down from one shot of the bazooka. And it's like, yeah, if you're not fighting Spider-Man with it, it's kind of useless.
It's just a walking car.
Spider-Man kind of rescues Margaret from like the lab in the meantime, but as he's walking outside, the Mega Slayer is like, hey, what are you doing? And starts fighting him. It's about to like kick Spider-Man's ass, but the Doctor uses a nearby laser to shoot off his arm.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those things where I was like, did I miss something?
Nope. There's just like a laser just lying around in this doorway.
Yeah. Everything happens so fast with this that like you look away for a second, you look back, and everyone is somewhere else.
Yeah. It's like, it reminds me a bit of like, we were talking about Darkwing Duck the other time, and how that was just like a last minute thing, and then they were like, oh shit, we need to make a TV show. And this felt like we're on like a deadline. It's like 4 a.m. They've been having like Chinese food and like everyone's been drinking. They're like, fuck it, just have the laser show up. Who cares? I want to go home. In the ensuing scuffle, Elisa is taking my tombstone in a chopper, but Spider-Man follows them. And this time they kind of face off, and he's standing on top of like an air conditioning unit, and like he's like, "Fuck you, Hammerhead!" And Hammerhead just runs into this.
Yeah, he doesn't dodge out of the way.
He just stands and
he
just
just
looks
watches. Hammerhead he loves being like a mid-level boss in a video game. He just runs into that wall.
Yeah, and like Spider-Man could like punch his like exposed body, but he doesn't. He kind of goes over to Elisa and goes like, "Hey, how you doing?" And she just immediately just shoots him in the chest, and he's just down.
Yeah,
he's out for the count. And she drags him into the chopper.
She kidnaps Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Everyone's getting kidnapped.
Yeah, it's like kidnapped like city over here. The Doc and Margaret and the Tablet of Time go with Tombstone again.
I know you're doing your best, but I have no idea.
I have no idea. I've written this all down.
Let's just keep going and see if we can make sense of it.
Okay, and my note here is that Kingpin has lost his trade, mostly by being a dick.
Yeah.
There was no reason for any of this to happen.
It's pretty classic.
Yeah.
Kingpin.
Good news is that he's got his wife back. The bad news, she's super pissed.
Yeah.
She's fucking furious. And Kingpin kind of like is upset. She leaves in a huff, and then Hammerhead kind of tells him, "Oh, I fucked up. I lost the girl and Spider-Man."
Yeah.
But then Smythe is in to save the day, and he kind of like realizes, "Holy shit! Like there's a tracker on my leg. Maybe I can reverse engineer it to find Spider-Man." I don't know if this is gonna come back later, but like, how does Spider-Man not think of this, and how does it not come back to bite him later? Because every chance, he just like forgets about it until he goes home, and then like Smythe shows up.
Yeah, I'm sure this will never come up again because it kind of breaks the story.
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense. But
he just changes the frequency or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
some way this occurs to him or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're back at Silvermane's hideout, and like the first thing we see is like Tombstone like reaching out with a hand, and he realizes he's about to take off Spider-Man's mask, but Lisa's like, "No, the only one who's gonna have that honor is my father." And Spider-Man finally realizes at this point that Elisa is Silvermane's daughter.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Ah, shit." Meanwhile, Tombstone and Elisa check on Kirk Connors, who has made the plant young again, and also probably several jars of piss around this lab.
Yeah.
And yeah,
like most of us these days.
Yeah, just jars full of piss everywhere.
Yep.
It's the Spider-Man way.
We know you have them.
Yeah.
Listeners.
Don't throw them away. We know they're there.
No, please throw them away. Why are we telling them to keep them?
Yeah, but like not like shame because we've called them out.
Oh yeah. Don't do anything because of shame.
Yeah, don't like hide them. We know you have them. So he's like, "Okay, I made this plot again, but you should probably know I don't really know how this thing works." But Silvermane's like, too late. Got my time poncho on."
Yep.
He just puts on a poncho.
Yeah. This is so unnecessary at this point because they make a thing of showing how like the tablet of time. It's like the hieroglyphs are like a chemical formula. They can recreate this pyramid, using science.
Yeah.
So it's not like a mystical thing.
Yeah.
There's no reason for the poncho. It's not a science poncho. It's just
something he wants.
It's just a poncho. He's just an ancient Egypt nerd. He just wants to.
He wants to do some cultural appropriation.
He just wants to cosplay as like a time traveling like Egyptian.
Yeah, there's zero reason for it. It's fucking great. But yeah, he whips on this poncho, ready to become young again. As he goes into the pyramid, Spider-Man kind of recognizes Silvermane as the man he rescued all the way back in Season 2, Episode 2.
Oh, right, yeah.
Where, like, he, like, threw him down a chimney, like Santa.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, shit, that's not cool." But Dr. Connors kind of goes to Elise, like, maybe they shouldn't rush with, like, this ancient technology that no one's heard of. And she's like, "Shut the fuck up." Fuck off. And then it gets locked back in the lab again.
Yeah.
And then they open the roof to let the sun in. But as they open the roof, like, the Megasphere, like, comes in through the roof.
Yeah, like he was just waiting for the door to open.
Yeah, pretty much. It kind of, like, lands in the lab and immediately gets destroyed.
Yeah.
Straight away.
Just immediately.
Yeah.
Because completely...
Yeah.
Kingpin has good reason for being pissed at everyone.
Yeah, and he's like, "Fuck's sake, Hammerhead, go in there and do, like, fuck some shit up." And then Silvermane like starts fucking with the device. Dr. Connors is like banging on the lab door, like, don't use this untested technology. And he's getting so stressed he starts turning green. And you know what that means?
It's the Hulk.
So
no, it's not the Hulk.
It's not. It's definitely not the Hulk.
Yeah.
But coming back to the pyramid, Silvermane is young. And his first deed as young, sexy Silvermane is to kind of leer creepily at his daughter.
Is it?
There's a little leer going on.
I didn't see that. I was just mostly thinking about how he looks like exactly like Clark Kent in the 90s Superman cartoon.
He's got like a hell of a chin, isn't he?
Yeah, it's pretty strong.
So yeah,
didn't he also say at this point, or just before he turns, he says about like lasting, like living until the new millennia?
Yeah.
Which you're like, oh, that sounds cool, and then you're like, wait, no.
That's 5 years from now.
Yeah, it's 5 years away. Like maybe you should just like stop smoking or like
I'm that old that
like
I can't envision living another 5 years.
Yeah.
I'm not going to see Y2K.
Yeah. Time Poncho is on for Y2K.
Yeah.
You know. I'm gonna wear this poncho so I can like see, I don't know, the cha-cha slide.
Yeah.
Like
I want to know who let the dogs out.
I want to see the barren landscape of early 2000s culture.
I can't wait for Limp Bizkit.
Wonder what happens in Shrek the Third. I heard this Tim Story guy's gonna make some great Fantastic Four movies.
Yeah, so what about the next president of Bill Clinton? It could only go up from here, right? There's so much to look forward to. The Red Hot Chili Peppers are still gonna be good, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, as he kind of like proceeds like very, very bold into this new millennia, he says like, okay, now I'm here, I'm gonna take off Spider-Man's mask. And he kind of like rests a hand on his head, and I'm assuming he's gonna take his mask off. But as he does that, the lizard kind of shows up.
Oh, yeah. And everyone's like, who's this new person?
Where's Dr. Connors? How can you, like... Also, we should probably mention at this point, Dr. Connors has been barefoot this entire episode.
Yeah, with, like, shredded clothes.
Yeah. And then a lizard shows up in, like, the doctor's clothing, and everyone's like, where did this lizard come from?
No one was that phase of, oh no, there's a lizard man.
Yeah,
No.
God damn it. Dr. Connors.
How do you get in here?
Yeah, every time. And this part is great. Silvermane, like, fights the lizard.
Yeah, and he just starts doing flips.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm in my 30s, so I can fight lizard people now.
Yeah. He turns into goddamn Wolverine or something.
Yeah, he does like a triple barrel somersault.
Yeah. It's amazing. It's like he's in the Matrix or something. I'm assuming it's all the Poncho's work, and he kind of defeats the lizard in hand-to-hand combat. And then Lisa, like... shoots him just to be sure.
Yeah.
And then Elisa's like, are you okay, Dad? You just did like 4 backflips. And he's like, yeah, I'm fine. I feel wonderful. But he can't really finish his sentence before turning into a baby.
Oh, he
just turns into a baby.
Does that happen at this point?
That happens at this point.
Wow, yeah, that happens really fast.
Yeah.
He keeps going back until he's like a child,
Yeah.
like wearing the clothes, like all baggy, and then just sort of...
becomes a baby.
Yeah.
And, I don't know at what point it comes up, but like at some point, like Elisa's holding her dad as a baby, and this baby has like the best expression, just like completely coked up baby.
Well, I mean, to be fair, like having an adult mind and a tiny baby body is kind of horrifying.
That would be horrible. At this point, Tombstone tries to attack Spider-Man again, but the Mega Slayer like comes back to life to like shoot him once, and then just goes off.
Isn't
again.
it this whole thing at this point where like Spider-Man gets like one arm free, and he fucks up people with this one arm?
Oh, that's like when the Mega Slayer comes in the first time.
Yeah, because he gets one arm free and he manages to like attack everyone while the rest of his body. I'm like, this is super OP.
Yeah,
but he just gets chained up again.
Yeah,
how does he get free?
I think when the message comes out, like he just kind of like because he's like trying to get free.
Oh, he just breaks out.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think it's just a matter of time.
Just decides to break out.
So at this point, like Spider-Man is like fucking with Tombstone and Hammerhead, and then Tombstone unlocks the lizard in the pyramid, and along with Elisa and Baby Silvermane, they decide to go fuck it. They overload the pyramid with energy, so it's gonna explode.
Yeah,
blow a building now, I guess. And Spider-Man kind of sees this and he's like, "Oh shit, I should get out of here." So him and the Doc and Doc's wife kidnap for the 3rd time, escape the building, and then we cut to Cassandra Fisk. And I really wish like more episodes of a cartoon would end this way, with like the villain's wife leaving him.
I mean, it's completely fair.
I don't blame her.
I think if anyone got kidnapped because of their husband's actions, he was spending too much time at work and then a rival businessman kidnapped them, it'd be like...
I'm in danger in this relationship. Like, it's not even happened to Skylar in Breaking Bad.
She's got a lot of reason to go, and she pretty much fucking divorces him on the spot.
Yeah. He's like, I got kidnapped by fucking Silvermane. Of course we're not married anymore.
Yeah, this is like the worst day for Kingpin.
Yeah.
Everything he does like ends in like embarrassing failure, and then his wife leaves him. And he goes to like sleep in a race car bed.
Yeah. A giant, like a monster truck bed. He's not big enough. He's too small for...
Monster truck bed. Tour bus bed.
Yeah. Cruise ship bed. I sleep in a big bed. What about you? I sleep in a bed with my wife.
His wife's like, I sleep in a hover chair.
Yeah.
I can't leave this thing.
Yeah, I'm literally stuck here. But yeah, Kingpin's sad. And he's probably about to like drown his sorrows in like circular meat. But Hammerhead shows up with the tablet at time, and he's like, I don't want this shit anymore. My wife just left me, you asshole.
I kind of love that his entire scheme to get the tablet of time is entirely just because Silvermane wants it.
There's no reason for that.
And then as soon as he gets it, and his wife's like, the whole time I've been telling you I didn't give a shit, now I'm actually going.
Yeah.
And he's like, throw it in the trash, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, my wife left me, man.
Yeah.
He gets rid of it. And then we cut back to Dr. Connor's lab, where the good doctor's just woken up, and he's with Spider-Man and his wife.
Yeah.
And his wife kind of points out that the energy from the pyramid has cured him of his lizardness. Which...
Well, I guess momentarily.
It's not really explained. It's just like, you're not the lizard anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm your wife, who is not a scientist, but I know...
Yeah.
I can smell it on you or something. And the doctor's kind of sad because he's like, I could have saved you, Spider-Man. Doesn't that suck? And he's like, yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
Don't mind me.
Yeah, we got to do another couple of parts of this neogenic nightmare.
I thought the season was over, but this still is a neogenic nightmare. Spider-Man, who are you looking at? Doesn't matter. And that is the end of Spider-Man's story. But the last scene of this little like episode, this little stinger, is Hammerhead kind of dragging over this big tablet at a time, handing it to a very mysterious bald figure.
Yeah, an evil bald man. Or another evil bald man.
Yeah, so many evil bald.
Like this guy is old and bald.
Yeah.
So it's like the combination of Silvermane and Kingpin.
Yeah, without like all the extra body mass that Kingpin has. It's like Kingpin went on a hunger strike for like 4 years.
Yeah, I know who that guy is, and you probably know who he is, but
Yeah.
we'll be talking about that person next week.
Oh, yes, we will. And then, yeah, that's the end of the episode.
Got yourself a real bargain there. A real bargain.
So I have a feeling I already know what you're gonna think of this episode, because that was insane.
Yeah?
That was a lot.
Maybe you should go first this time, because you always ask me, what do you think of this episode?
Even in the notes, like my notes usually like a page and a half. This was like going on 2.5, 3 pages.
Yeah.
And so much bullshit happens.
Uh-huh.
It just doesn't. It's like a jumbled like mass.
Do you think that your like perception of these episodes is changed by the fact that you have to do the notes for the recap? And I don't.
I think
you have to like thread through and like figure it out, and you just so when it's more over the top and insane, you're just like, oh god, what's going on?
Yeah.
Whereas I just get to turn up.
Yeah, you're just gonna show up and be like, yeah, this is cool shit. But no, I think like it kind of gives you an idea of like what's going on in the episode, and there's a lot going on in this episode.
Yeah.
And it kind of like I think probably the most manic of this season.
Yeah.
I think manic's probably a good way of putting it. There's a lot of stuff which I'm like, this is a wonderful little frame of an episode, but then like you put it all together and it's good. Not my favourite of the season, but I was like, this is just a lot.
Yeah. I think this is the cheese nightmare. Again.
This is like twice Cheese Nightmare episode 5 this season.
Maybe.
Or 4. I think 4 was the one where I was like, this is a
the
cheese nightmare.
4 was the cheese nightmare, and I think this is kind of a cheese nightmare situation again, because I think I like this a bit more than you. I do think that it works very good in tandem with the last episode. I think as a 2-part, it might be one of the stronger 2-parts.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think the strongest 2-part, even going up to the cliffhanger, is one of the better 2-part.
Yeah, I just wish that they very much left a few plot threads dangling, and I feel like they could have kind of summed up the whole thing, at the end here, because it's kind of conclusion of the Kingpin versus Silvermane and all this stuff, and the end of this gang war thing, but instead they're we'll actually wrap up a bunch of those threads in a couple of episodes.
And that gets bonus points for me because Kingpin's wife leaves him at the end of it.
Yeah,
which is
I tell you what, it's definitely not one of the better episodes, but I had a lot of fun with it.
I'd probably say similar. To be completely critical, would say maybe not one of the better episodes this season, but good fun. If you're a 10-year-old boy, then this is your shit.
And there is just a point to convergence of various plot lines and stuff. There's a point where there's just so many of these characters in one room. It's like Spider-Man and Tombstone and Lizard and Mega Slayer and Hammerhead and a baby who's also an old man. It's
and everyone's kind of it's like a game of Super Smash Brothers. 8 people in a small stadium.
Yeah. Well, it's like
it's chaos. And
it's 3 men and a baby.
Yeah. It's 6 men and a baby.
Yeah. Actually, I would watch that.
Well, 3 Spider-Man and a baby.
No, I mean, think about have you seen 3 Men and a Baby?
No.
It's great. It's
Tom Selleck, Michael Keaton, no, Ted Danson.
Ted Danson and a guy whose name I always forget. But yeah, no, just imagine the guy whose name I can't remember is Hammerhead, and Tom Selleck is the Lizard, and Ted Danson is Tombstone.
Yeah.
Just imagine those 3 characters having to deal with an old man baby.
Yeah. Ted Danson as Tombstone kind of makes a lot of sense. If you think about it.
Yeah.
One was in blackface. One kind of looks like he's in blackface.
Oh. Do you think Whoopi Goldberg made them both do it?
Whoopi Goldberg is Kingpin in this situation.
Whoopi Goldberg's just turning up into the voice acting studio of this series and telling the actors you should talk more jive.
Yeah, talk more jive.
For those who no clue what we're talking about, Google Whoopi Goldberg Ted Danson roast, and you'll find out one of the most confusing incidents of the 90s.
I think people kind of sleep on how crazy Whoopi Goldberg is.
Yeah. It's one of the weirder incidents of the 90s for sure. And maybe one of those ones that Silvermane wanted to get away from.
Yeah.
Not knowing that the next decade would be stupider.
Yeah. What, she's got her own TV show now?
No!
God damn.
I thought Theodore Rex was the end of this.
Yeah. How could she go lower than Theodore Rex? Hey, at least Ted Danson got out of it, okay. It's got all worth for Ted Danson.
Yeah, how was it that he came out okay?
He came out on top here. Apart from Becca, which we're going to talk about.
Yes, time. That's what this is all about. Time.
So, Jack, you want to get into some comic book storylines?
Yeah, this week we don't have 3, thankfully.
Oh, thank God.
But I do have to follow up on the Tablet of Time stuff we were talking about last week.
Cool, yeah.
Last week we were talking about basically Kingpin trying to steal it. The Tablet of Time arc is actually this long-standing arc in the comics as well, which kind of spreads across various issues, but it's one of those things, much like the Neogenic Nightmare, it's kind of loosely connected, and the same thing comes back, but other characters will come in and out. Between the issues we're going to be talking about today and the issues we talked about in the last episode, Shocker turns up.
Sure.
But in terms of the ongoing plot with what's happening to the tablet, Shocker has it for a while, and then Shocker goes to jail.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, not much to report there. Mm-hmm. Now it's still missing because no one knows where Shocker stashed it. But eventually this thug, who's basically been replaced in this episode arc by Tombstone.
Oh, great.
It's a guy called, I don't know what you make of this name. Man Mountain Marco.
Man Mountain Marco. Yeah, and he's a bit of a branding mark to Man Mountain Marco.
Yeah. He's a big man.
One might say a man mountain.
Yeah, a mountain of a man.
Yeah.
A mountain of a Marco. That's kind of it.
He's just really big.
He surprisingly kicks Spider-Man's ass a bit, and I think he comes back again at some point. There's like sort of a reason why he's kind of like D-list Spider-Man, because he's not very interesting. He's just a strong guy.
He's just really strong.
Yeah, which is why I think they just replaced him with Tombstone in the show, because it's like, well, this at least gives someone who has a gimmick. This guy, he comes in and he's basically goes to find Shocker's girlfriend, who's like this exotic dancer, because of course she is.
Yep.
And he basically goes to threaten her to find out what the tablet is. He ends up tossing it with Spider-Man. He finds the tablet and gets away, takes it back to his employer, and his employer is Silvermane.
Ah.
So it's properly like just drop in Tombstone and replace him.
And removing the exotic dancers.
Yeah.
Tragically.
Yeah, unfortunately.
To be fair, though, there was no room in this plot for exotic dancers. There was no room.
And the first appearance of Silvermane is in this issue in The Amazing Spider-Man 73 in 1969, written by Stan Lee and with art by John Buscema, although most of the series is drawn by John Romita, but it's just this issue, I think.
Okay.
Anyway, this guy he has a different name as he does in the show, because I can't remember what his proper name is in the show, if they say it. But in this, he's called Silvio Manfredi.
Definitely not that.
Yeah, but then Silvermane is his nickname because he has silver hair.
Sure.
Yeah. It would make sense a bit to me if it's like he had like really grey hair from a young age.
But he's just like an old dude.
Yeah, but he's just an old dude.
Was Wrinkles McGee taken?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
He's part of the Magia. Have you heard of the Magia?
Like the Make America Great in again. Or the Mafia, but like with a typo.
There's 2 G's, and you actually got it with the second one because it's just the Marvel Mafia. It's so they can do the Mafia without doing the Mafia, I guess.
Yeah. Well,
and
like Tony Soprano like coming to like Marvel Studios.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's just a stand-in basically. So they're basically the Mafia. Silvermane's like one of the like higher ups. Man Mountain Marco. I'm going to just call him Marco because it fucks with my head having to say it. But he takes the tablet back to Silvermane. Silvermane kidnaps Kurt Connors to use his expertise. It's extra weird that he does this because at this point, Kurt Connors is living in Florida. So he really goes out of his way to kidnap Kurt Connors. He also takes his son and wife hostage to make him study the hieroglyphs and figure out, what they are as a chemical formula. Which I also said earlier in this episode about the hieroglyphs being
like a chemical formula.
Yeah, and I think I just lifted that from the comics. I can't actually remember. Did that even happen in the show?
If it did, I can't recall.
Yeah, I think I just filled in that gap.
It needed to be filled.
Anyway, he basically makes a serum from this under duress. It's very similar setup to in this, where like the stress of this situation is getting to him and he's trying to resist turning into the lizard again.
Is there a Poncho involved this time?
No, there's no Poncho and there's no like underground sci-fi pyramid either.
No, that's disappointing.
It's just an old man being like, make me a super serum.
Yeah.
Untested, Silvermane tries it and he transforms into a youthful version of himself who doesn't have grey hair, so the Silvermane nickname isn't really...
He's got just black mane.
He's got brown hair.
Brown mane.
Brown mane. I was going to say Donkey Kong is my main in Smash and he's brown, but that's the best I got, and it's still kind of weird. Marco, like, at first starts fighting him because he's like, who the fuck are you? What happened to Silvermane?
And he does a couple of backflips.
Yeah, but then Silvermane kicks his ass and then is like, no, it's me, it's Silvermane, look into my eyes. And and he finds
Say
out.
my name.
Yeah, exactly, say my name. But soon after he realizes that, oh no shit, this is Silvermane, he's just younger. He's like, you look even younger than you did like 10 seconds ago. And that's when he's like, oh shit, this is even better. Now I'm not like,
Asian.
Now that I'm not just like, in my 30s, now I'm in my 20s, I'm actually in my prime. This is when Spider-Man comes in because he's like tracking them down to like save Kurt Connors' family. Mm-hmm. He gets in a fight with all of them. He doesn't know what the fuck's going on because he's like, oh, who's this random guy? You know, he knows of Silvermane,
Yeah.
and he's like, that guy's calling him Silvermane, but I thought Silvermane was meant to be an old man.
Yeah.
And anyway, during this fight, the stress gets to Connors. He transforms into the lizard, and it becomes this huge fight. And then Spider-Man sort of getting distracted by other thugs and fighting the lizard, who then escapes. And by the time he gets back to Silvermane, he's like, gone, no! And he comes back, and he's like a teenager. He is following him as he runs away as a teenager. But by the time he gets to him, all he can hear is baby cries. Gets to a pile of clothes. At which point, there's just like sparkles in the air and just nothing. You'd assume some kind of unbirth or something.
Like the point of conception, but backwards.
It's like that. I think there's a thing in Futurama about it, actually. You know, like the agony of reverse birth or whatever.
Yeah. Reverse ejaculation.
But I will say that like it then you lead to this like all-timer panel.
Yeah.
Which you may have seen in a meme or something at this point. Or I feel like people have seen this online somewhere.
Yeah.
In the same way they might have seen that Picard facepalm.
Yeah.
It leads to this panel of Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah, he's dismayed.
Yeah, it's just this 4 panel of like a slow-mo facepalm. Which is pretty great. But in this context, is maybe quite tragic because Spider-Man says, the sobs are fading away into nothingness. Silvermane found the youth he sought, and the prize will be his forever.
Jesus.
And that's just the end of the issue.
That's
and also,
amazing.
the front cover of this issue as well is a body on the floor, Spider-Man in the foreground walking away from it with his head in his hands, and the title just reads, Death Without Warning. I assume they're kind of going for that idea of like, oh, who's going to die in this issue? And it's like, oh, it's the guy who was like introduced like 2 issues ago.
Yeah. That's more depressing than having like the villain's wife leave him at the end of the issue.
Yeah, or just turning into like a crime boss baby.
Yeah.
Like he does in this. Voiced by Alec Baldwin.
Alec Baldwin, crime boss baby.
Oh god, we are actually going to get some boss baby, aren't we?
Yeah.
Weird thing. This isn't the end of Silvermane.
What?
This isn't even... He's not a baby.
He comes back as an old man.
Well...
I feel this is going to be really stupid.
Some of these issues I haven't read because I think, like a few Spider-Man villains, they kind of disappear from Spider-Man comics, do a bunch of shit in other people's comics, and then come back and you're like, oh I guess they've been through some shit. So I think Silvermane disappears and he's in like Captain America comics and shit because he's like, gets involved with like Hydra or something. Apparently... He eventually reappears, revealing that he's like mystically aged back to his 40s.
What are you talking? No, okay.
I mean, I'm assuming it's something like the serum was like temporary or something, but I can't like say anything about this because it's like I haven't read those issues. I just saw him turn to a baby and then he came back as an old man later, and I was like, oh sure, but I didn't read those. I think Captain America issues where they explained that.
Sure. What? Okay.
He continued to vie for control of New York, much like in this show. He's like, enemy of the Kingpin, like rival factions, that kind of stuff.
I don't know though. If you're Silvermane and you literally de-aged out of existence, then came back, I'd be like, shit, I'm gonna find Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like do something with my life now.
Yeah, it properly gives you perspective.
Yeah, I literally blinked out of existence and came back.
Although I think he blinked out of existence because that's the way they show it in a comic. But then maybe he just turns into a baby and Spider-Man just like leaves the baby behind and ignores it. I don't know. But they say the cries go into nothingness and it's just a pile of clothes.
Yeah.
So maybe he did come back from the void, who knows. But believe me, it gets weirder and it gets stupider. I'm going to have to find some images actually. I just realized.
Jesus.
He's injured again in a fight, and it kind of sets back what the rejuvenation serum did, and he becomes an old man again.
Because he got injured.
Yeah, he got, like, fucked up. But at this point, he's basically almost dead.
Like he was to begin with.
Yeah, but, like, he's worse now. Now he's like, bedridden.
Like 2001 Silvermane.
Yeah.
He lived just long enough to see 9/11.
Unfortunately for him, this is still the 70s, actually. So he's bedridden, and then there's this whole arc with Cloak and Dagger. I don't know if I've spoken about them before. Yeah. For those who don't know, they got their own Marvel show now. They're this like teenage homeless guy and girl who end up with superpowers, and they're like, but they take on a lot of criminals and drug dealers and stuff, because like they were people who were like former addicts who have been abused on the streets and stuff. So they're a bit like, I guess, like morally like in between Spider-Man and the Punisher. So they're a bit more brutal.
Yeah.
And there's this whole thing where they're trying to like take down these thugs and take down Silvermane and stuff, and Spider-Man's like trying to stop them because he thinks, you don't want to cross that line and become like the Punisher. So there's all these issues about that. I think it was in a Spectacular Spider-Man that this happened. I'm not sure. And Spider-Man like fails to stop Dagger, who can throw like
daggers.
Yeah, well, light daggers.
Yeah.
So like daggers of light, and she like fucks him up. Everyone sort of thinks Silvermane is actually dead now, but he does come back to get revenge. This time prolonging his life by transforming himself into a cyborg.
Dare I ask how?
No, you may not ask, because I don't know. He's got a cyborg body. It was a fail safe. They built a cyborg body and they put him in the cyborg body. So now
it was a fail safe.
Yeah, like I guess if we don't
like,
I don't know. If conventional medicine doesn't work out,
I can always try the cyborg body.
Yeah.
Why would you wait this long?
Maybe he waited this long because when he turns into a cyborg, he looks fucking stupid. This is what he looks like as a cyborg.
Oh my god. It looks like the Terminator once you like burn off all of its skin.
Yeah, it looks like the Terminator, but if instead of like scary robot face, it's an old man face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Arnold Schwarzenegger today. Get off of my lawn.
It gets really confusing because there's a point where I think maybe he's killed by Dagger as a cyborg, but then Kingpin like brings him back to life, but him in control of the cyborg to like fight Spider-Man, but then he loses control of the robot and it keeps destroying things, and he realizes that it's like trying to find Dagger because there's something about her light energy that will like restore him from the void. It's very confusing, but he ends up back again. But soon enough, and I haven't read this issue, but it's just a great thing to find out in my research. He later gets into this shootout against the Owls gang.
Sure.
The Owl turned up actually in this season, but like very briefly, you just saw his face.
Like a round table thingy where like all the villains are together.
He's got like similar hair to Wolverine.
Oh yeah, that
and he had like white eyes in the show. Later, once he's reformed, not really reformed, but once he's no longer like a robot zombie and he's just a regular robot.
Sure.
He gets into this fight in this scrapyard, but then he's end up being defeated because he's picked up by like one of those like magnet things. And then he's dropped into the garbage compactor and crushed and killed.
Okay.
At least he is for a while.
Oh my god. Okay.
And this is more recent actually, because I've read some of this and I'd missed so much of this in between bit. I hadn't seen the garbage compactor thing because at this point I've read a lot of Spider-Man comics leading up to like the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Between 2000 and like 2010, pretty spotty, but I have read a few things here and there.
Yeah.
And I think Silvermane's not really in that era, but he kind of apparently gets killed at some point, and I missed that.
Yeah.
But later, his head was kept alive.
For fuck's sake.
And found by a young boy. This like robot head of Silvermane is kept, and then Shocker finds the head. I actually really want to read this because this then turns up in this series called Superior Foes of Spider-Man, which I read like a few issues of, and apparently it's genuinely great, and what I've read is great, but it's basically like a comedy about like hack Spider-Man D-listers with like Boomerang and Shocker and just like these nobodies, and at some point like Shocker tries to use this head is leveraged to rule the Magia. So it's like this ludicrous scheme. Apparently, that's the last time Silvermane turned up. There was also a time when he did turn up
On Futurama?
He did turn up like as a regular Silvermane as part of this like thing to like unite the crime families. But it turned out that he was a robot, and not the Silvermane robot, but like just a fake robot, because there was this scheme that this one gangster had to basically sort of replace crime figures with robots.
What?
To like, but he's like replacing them so that it makes it look like he's got more people on his side, so he can do a hostile takeover.
Yeah.
It makes more sense when you know who made the robots. It was Mysterio. And that's where I'm going to end this comic origin segment, with Mysterio making robots for some bullshit reason. I've read that comic. That comic's actually pretty funny. It's some good stuff. I think that's a Dan Slott modern comic, maybe from like 2016 or something. But yeah, and as far as I know, that's the last of Silvermane, who became a cyborg quite early on in his career, and they burnt out that story quite quickly.
But they kept on going with it.
Yeah.
It's like the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise, you know?
Yeah.
They had like one good storyline, and then they were like, well, we've got 3 out of it now, and then out of something, like the second 2 were kind of not very good, and then they kept on making them for some reason.
It's like the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise if like On Stranger Tide was the second one. You know? It's like they could have got decades of Silvermane as a gangster stories, but they turned him into a baby in the first one.
Yeah.
And then they had to backtrack from that. What they should have done is just not brought him back. Or have like Silvermane's son, who looks exactly the same as him.
Yeah, or like even like have a clone or anything, or like his like vengeful daughter like there is in the cartoon, but...
If it helps, I don't think it was Stan Lee who brought him back. I think that was in Spectacular Spider-Man.
Was it fucking Rob Liefeld?
No, it's before that. But there was some like crazy shit going on in the Spectacular Spider-Man
There was
comics.
a lot of cocaine being done.
Especially in like the 70s, there was a big thing in Spectacular Spider-Man where it was like, we're not like the main Spider-Man series, so we can't do like any of these storylines that like greatly change or affect Peter Parker's life. And for the most part, we can't get like
any of the villains.
Yeah, or the big storylines, or like if we do get someone, then it kind of has to go nowhere, or we're using a villain which is that the other team doesn't want to use right now.
That's
so
the produce and soccer of like comic book franchises.
Yeah, it's actually quite a lot like that. But there's some good issues in the same way that there's some good Pro Evo games.
Yeah.
And there's definitely a point where Spectacular is good and Amazing Spider-Man isn't good.
Bad.
Like FIFA and Pro Evo. That's Silvermane, and that's the Tablet of Time. I don't believe the Tablet of Time turns up again in the comics.
Shocker.
Or maybe it does. I can't remember.
But we'll have to like wait and see.
Yeah.
Or will we? Because this will never show up on the show again, will it?
Well, no, the Tablet of Time will show up.
Yeah.
Because it's just been given to a mysterious old and bold man.
Yeah, who could that be?
Yeah.
Charles Xavier? No. But yeah, that brings us quite nicely to the end of the comic book origins, if I'm correct. And wouldn't you know, that's the end of our podcast for this time around. Thanks for listening, and if for some reason this is the first one you're starting with, go back, start again. What are you doing? And if you like what we do, you can check us out on the internet, like more specifically on Patreon, on YouTube, on Spotify, on iTunes. You know the deal by now. Follow us on social media, do the whole thing.
And also, I don't think we've actually said this on the podcast yet, but we have a mini Let's Play we put out on our YouTube.
Yes, we do.
Which is just a short video of us fucking around on the Spider-Man PS1 game from 2000.
Yeah.
So if you guys are into that kind of bullshit, check that out too.
Silvermane did not see that game. Any last words, Jack?
There are certain old and unhealthy people in charge of the world right now. Mm-hmm. And you might take some solace in knowing that one day they will just die. But you have to remember that there's always a chance that they come back in a cyborg body.
That's been that 90s Spider-Man show. Good morning, good evening, and good night.